Well, I got the call. I've been having great expectations. I've been on alert, and I've been ready, got everything ready. I just picked up 25 corn squirrels from the post office. Actually, they delivered them at the wrong post office, and that's okay. That's why you want to stay on alert, because they can end up anywhere, and you just got to be ready. So I'm super happy about this. Excited. Here I go again. Can't help myself. But when you have the equipment, you already purchased equipment. Why not? The thing about corn squirrelers, they're easy to raise. They're just super easy. They're easy to process. The key is that though we need to give them the best life, because they're giving us life. They're giving us purpose. They got purpose, and God expects us to take care of them the very best that we can. Give them the very best. That's with any animal. Just give them the very best. Any animal, especially if you're raising for your homestead, just give them the best, because they're going to give you the best. Corn squirrel's meat is just phenomenal. It's nothing like the grocery store. It's not greasy. It's they get big fast. That it's just a super type of meat that you can have on your homestead. Yes, you invest into it, like the equipment, but once you got the equipment, the corn squirrelers, they end up paying for your equipment. If you had to buy all that meat, buy all that chicken at the size that they are, I've had them almost 10 pounds. And you figure that, especially, say going as organic as you can, not into a factory, chicken factory or chicken house, and how they do them. You're coming out just phenomenal. So if you ever consider having corn squirrelers or processing meat birds, processing chickens, you can process your egg layers. I haven't gotten there yet. My egg layers got their purpose, and that I haven't got out of my mind, because sometimes you can make them pets, and if you make them pets and start giving them names, then you're already in trouble. So it's kind of hard, but I'm trying to get my mind to that point, realize that they can't live for so long. They're not going to lay eggs for so long. But it's really hard, especially when you get one that gets to, getting near 2.5, heading to 3 years, and they're so sweet, and they always talk to you. It's really hard. It is for me to process them, and that's where you have to get out of your head. Just like with corn squirrelers, processing them. The key is, and I learned this because if you told me that I'd be processing chickens, I would say you're crazy, because I've always had them as pets. I've had them just jump up on my lap, and and these I got now, they talk to me all the time. So it's really hard to get out of your head when they're such great pets. They're easy, just really easy type of animal to have, and they don't really cause a whole lot of problems. You just have to keep the predators at bay. Make sure you do your part, responsibility, keeping them safe. And but yeah, just picked them up and taking them home now and getting them. I got everything prepared. I'm not waiting to the last minute. I've got their cage ready. When they grow a little bit bigger, they'll be in that. It's already set up, and it's already set up to protect them from predators. And then there's a new container I bought. Got the light, everything ready, the shavings ready. I like to put them into the house to protect them, and at least until they get a little bit bigger, make sure they're eating right and drinking right, and keeping my eye on to them. You're susceptible to the possibility of having one or two die or so. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. They actually was shipped out yesterday. Let's see, yeah, it was yesterday, because I called them because I expected them the day before. I didn't see an email, and I get mine from Myers Hatchery. So they were shipped out yesterday, and they're already here. So that's good, because that means they haven't been in shipping, especially with the heat just picking up, for 2 or 3 days. And that's where the danger comes in, because they need to eat, they need to drink. And my first thing it's going to do is put them in their new container. I got a big container. I've got 25 of them, as big as I can get for right now. And because they're not going to be in there very long. They'll grow real fast. And you know, got the shavings ready. I've got the light ready. I've got their water dish, their container of water, and a feeder ready. Everything's ready. So I'm not running around trying to get all this together. I was out in the garden this morning, and you know, when you got the expectation, when you're waiting for the call, you're on alert. It's like, you know, a mama fixing to have a baby. She's getting there. She's got everything ready. She's on alert. The family's on alert. People are waiting for the phone call. They got expectations and ready. And that's the key. It's just be ready. You have everything ready so you don't have to be stressing, because these babies need to get in the heat, up under some heat, and get some food into them. And I will dip their beak into water, go ahead and get them to drinking, and show them with their food. A little trick I always do is tap their little container for their food, and their nature is to run like their mother would, you know, tap something other and show them where to eat at, or, you know, to eat. She teaches them. I've got one that hatched out some biddies, and she's such a good mama. She's such a good mama, and that's why it's hard for me to process my egg layers, because when you walk out the door and they say, hey, it's like, oh my God, I say, hey, and they're like, come, you know, they come running to you like a dog. It's really hard to process. I don't know if I'll ever reach that place of processing my egg layers, because, you know, the key, one of the keys is just leave the chickens alone. Don't make them pets. Don't give them names. And it's kind of hard when you got grandkids. You know, you got a little one, a 4 or 5 year old or a 3-year-old. You know, it's hard not to name them, because they want to name them. And so all our chickens are Betsy's. Their name is Betsy. All of them's Betsy's. But and my granddaughter just loves them. She's been raised with them. But yeah, if you ever consider, you know, getting them Cornish broilers, I get them from Myers Hatchery, and they're, like I said, you just got to get out of your head. You just got to get your equipment. It pays for itself. It's easy. The chickens are very easy to raise. They take very little care. I mean, you give them their food, abundant of food. You keep their water to them. You make sure you expand their territory as they grow. Like, they'll be in a container. Then I have a big rabbit cage that's got chicken wire wrapped around to protect them even further. You know, it's already shaded at this point in time. With our heat picking up, I'll probably move them up under a tree, make sure they stay cool. I have a fan, a big fan, that if it gets too hot, especially when they're growing and they can't move around as much, they want to lay around, to blow on them to keep them cool, because, you know, they're super fat. I haven't given them 10 pounds, 9 pounds, 8 plus, but having everything ready when you decide to process animals is the way to go. No matter what type of animal, you just got to make sure that you're able to afford them. You're able to afford the equipment, whatever the equipment may be, which does pay for itself. You got to make sure that you don't get them and raise them up and say, oh, I can't do this. No, you've got to go ahead and set your mind, I can do this. Really, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So, but yeah, I'll be at the house in about 2 minutes and getting these little babies situated. I haven't opened the box yet. They're sitting on the seat down there. I haven't opened the box yet to see if any has died yet. So that's what I'll be doing, of course, is open the box and see if there's any alive. And then there is a time frame. I think it's 48 hours. It's either 48 or 72 hours. Myers Hatchery, if you have one that's dead or one that dies, they'll replace it for free. And sometimes they do, after that 48 or 72 hours, can pass. But I think the key is that they get shipped out quickly. You go ahead and get them into the warm, a stable environment, and get them to drinking and get them feeding, and usually they'll be fine. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm home, and I am pulling in now, and I was debating on whether to show you my rubber rabbit cage where there's eventually going to be setting out, but maybe in the future. But let me pull over here in the shade. But thank you so much for watching. Yeah, corn squirrelers, they're upset. They've been shaking around. They want to be stable. They want comfort. They want to feel safe, and they're fixing to feel safe. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you got it on your mind, your heart, just get a few of them and get your equipment. You can rent the equipment. You can borrow equipment, and then try it, because it doesn't take very long to process it. It's just basically getting out of your head, learning that trade, learning to, how to do it, learning to do it, wanting to do it, and then you'll be set for life. And then you'll be like me, where you know it, every 9 months it seems like I'm getting meat birds, and I'm doing this, and I'm processing them. Thanks guys for so much for watching, and I'll see you on to the next video. Well, all my other chickens be wondering what in the world I got now.